If you're looking for that winter, want to look like I was just outside freezing my ass off look, this is perfect. Alright, so today we are going to be talking about my top drugstore blushes. Just randomly thought that I should do this video because I never talked about my favorite blushes in general, and there are some really great affordable ones from the drugstore. If you want to know my other favorite drugstore makeup, I have two drugstore makeup starter kit videos, one from a couple years ago and one from this past year. So I'm going to link both of those down below, or you can click the little eye and it'll pop up if you're on mobile. Is it in that corner? Probably. I just filmed a video on this look, so I'll also link that down below if you want to know how to get the look that I'm wearing right now. Use the Shan XO palette and I am freaking in love. This thing killing me. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm gonna start with the one that I'm currently most obsessed with, and that's the Covergirl Trublend blush. This is in the shade, oh here we go, Medium Rose 200. I gravitate towards more pinky shades, as you'll see here, but the formula of this, the finish, everything is just so nice. I haven't been a fan of CoverGirl's blushes in the past because they are pretty chalky and they smell just like really cheap, but this is such a nice blush, blends out really nicely, has a little bit of a sheen to it. I've mentioned this in a Raves and Rejects video. I've been wearing this pretty much every single day. Alright, memory card just got full, but we are back. I'm about to murder my neighbor's dog. Hope you guys can't hear him. What were we talking about? The next favorite blush is definitely the e.l.f. blushes. These are ridiculously affordable. They're like $3. This is the shade Peachy Keen, which I've clearly hit pan on. This is such a pretty color, especially if you have a little bit of a tan going on. When I used to self-tan, this would look amazing on my face. It still looks really nice, but there's something about it when you have a tan going on that it just looks incredible. These blushes are really great quality for the price. I love them. I have like 4 different shades of them. This is just my most used one. This shade definitely has a bit of a sheen to it, if I can get it out. Doesn't even do it justice on my hand, but you can see it has quite a bit more sheen to it than the CoverGirl blush. This is probably the blush I've used for the longest from the drugstore that never fails me. If you're looking for a good peachy blush but you have fair skin, sometimes it's really hard to find a nice peach blush that doesn't look straight up orange on your face. This is the L'Oreal True Match blush in the shade Neutral, and this is like a tiny version. I actually found this at Dollar Tree like years ago. I should probably get a new one. It's probably definitely expired. This one has lasted me forever and I still haven't hit pan on this, and there was a phase where I was using this every single day. Oh, it's actually not in the shade Neutral. This is in the shade Innocent Flush, and these are so nice, so soft, holy crap. And look at that shade. It's just beautiful, blends out really easily, super soft, really nice quality, and that's what the shade looks like. So definitely has more peach tones in it than any of the other swatches so far. Highly recommend these blushes. If you haven't tried them out, go for it. The full-size ones actually come in like a huge pan, so for what you're paying, you get a ton of blush. Anything I'm mentioning that's from the drugstore, wait until the brand goes on sale. Drugstores switch out their brand, so every few weeks, different brand will be like 40% off, so wait till it goes on sale and then snatch these up. I'm gonna clear out the swatching hand. Another one that I've used for years now, this is like a 4-in-1 product basically. This is one of my Holy Grail drugstore products. This is the Physicians Formula Shimmer Brick in the shade Warm Nude, I'm pretty sure. If you're looking for that straight up glow, this is beautiful. You can basically use these on your face or your eyes. There's so many different uses for these. You could use just the pink tones as a blush. You could use this as a highlight, bronzer if you want like a super glowy look. You could blend all 3 together and get like a super pretty glowy cheek. But if you're not someone who likes a full-on glow on your cheek, you just want like a little pink illumination going on, you could just go in with the pink shades and like top off your blush with it. But totally up to you. I've done a few different looks using this. Super pretty on your eyes as just eyeshadow. Definitely recommend this product. This is by Physicians Formula, if I didn't say that. This is janky looking, but clearly used because I lost the top. This is the Makeup Revolution brand, and this is in the shade Now! Exclamation point. If you're looking for that winter, want to look like I was just outside freezing my ass off look, this is perfect. This is like a couple dollars. Makeup Revolution is now carried at Ulta, so before they were only online. If you're in the US, now you can find them at Ulta. I use a stippling brush with this because it is pretty pigmented. Not as soft as some of the other blushes I've mentioned, but the shade and the pigmentation, look at that. Similar shade, and I'm actually interested to swatch these next to each other, is the Maybelline Master Contour Kit. I have a whole full review on this product. This comes with a bronzer or contour shade, blush, and a highlight. The highlight is really pretty, not as intense as the Physicians Formula one, but it is super pretty. The blush shade though is what I reach for most often. Super soft. I'm going to swatch this next to this shade because, yeah, These look really similar. The Maybelline one is slightly lighter and a little bit less pigmented, like I'm having to layer it on to get the same kind of color payoff. Again, nice rosy pink shade. So to get out of the pinks for a second, a little bit different shade. This is the Milani Romantic Rose Powder Blush in the shade 01 Romantic Rose. These blushes are really nice, and at first I wasn't feeling it because they're a little bit, when you swatch it, it feels like they're going to be a little bit stiff, but the color comes off, like the color payoff is there, and this is a nice neutral, more neutral pink shade. It's not super peachy and it's not super pink. Dustier tone, there it is right there. This is nice if you have a lot going on in your eyes and you just want something that's going to give you color to your face, but it's not super intense. Milani has a ton of different shades in the rose blushes. This is just my favorite. Next is another Makeup Revolution product, and this is their Sugar and Spice Ultra Blush Palette. Pretty sure this is like under $12 and you get 8 different shades. Okay, how am I not blinding you? There we go. You have a ton of different variety in here, which is what I really like about this. You could just get this and be like good to go. You have some more neutral shades. You have a super warm reddish tone blush, peach, pinks, and then you have these illuminating shades, which are really pretty to just blend all over on your cheeks on top of some of the other shades. When I use this, I usually just like swirl my brush and go in with a mix of all these shades, and it turns out really nice. I'm going to swatch some of the illuminating shades just so you can see. These are more of like blushes if you want that glowy look, or just blush toppers. Oh, where did I just swatch? Okay, right there. There you go. So it gives a really nice sheen. I feel like we're going through this really fast. The last product I want to mention is by ColourPop, and these are their Super Shock Cheeks. You can't find these in the drugstore, but their drugstore prices actually cheaper than a lot of the products I've mentioned. I still wanted to throw this in. If you're not familiar with ColourPop, they make amazing quality products for like $5. Pretty much all their products are $5. This is in the shade Between the Sheets, which is beautiful, and the consistency of these is really interesting. It's like a cream to powder kind of situation. I don't like putting this on top of powders because I feel like I do get that weird like consistency that you get when you put a cream product on top of powder. So if I'm going to be using this, I like to just apply it with my finger on top of liquid foundation before I put a setting powder on. I'm like running out of space. This is a really nice warm peachy shade. Right there, there you have it. This is just the one I've grabbed to show you guys, but there are some beautiful blush shades by them. They have some really unique shades too. Like if you're looking for a blush shade that isn't super common, like a more purpley blush or a darker blush, if you have a dark skin tone, then you should check out ColourPop. So those are all of my favorite drugstore blushes. Let me know what your guys' favorites are down below. I'm starving. I'm gonna go eat breakfast. It's now 12:40 in the afternoon on a Sunday. I'm going to be out of the country in Iceland and Norway May 5th through the 18th. So this video might be going up within that time period or a little bit before. But if you want to follow along, I'm going to be updating on Snapchat and Instagram. So make sure you're following me on all of my socials. I'll link them down below. Let me know if you guys want to see a full drugstore series on like what my favorites are in each category. We could do that. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.